I'm going to teach you 5 truths about potential tonight that if you will apply these to your life, it'll change you forever. You ready for the first one? First one, in my opinion, is the most important one. Find the voice that pulls the potential out of you. Find the voice that pulls the potential out of you. There's enough people telling you you can't. You will never be. Find people, somebody that believes in your potential. Jesus always spoke to his disciples in the mode of them becoming. He was always pulling them into what they had not yet become. Caesarea Philippi was a region steeped in idolatry. Jesus brought them there for a reason, to say, in the face of all these idols, who do men say that I am? Everybody starts naming it. Simon Peter gets it right. Jesus tells him, flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father has revealed it to you from heaven. And he said, and it is upon this rock that I will build my church. You've got to realize he's talking to a man that has already failed him and that Jesus knows will deny him again in the crucible of his destiny. Can I tell you that many of you in this building have come to places in your life where you really failed what you thought was some place in your life that you could have been great and you were less than. And I want you to know that there's nothing in the equation of your destiny that God has not already seen, he has not already known, and when everybody else gives up on you, God is always speaking to you in what you are becoming. Somebody ought to say amen. Number 2. Everybody with me? Number 2, here you go. Partners that do not recognize and respect your potential emasculate your ability to produce. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Partners that do not recognize and respect your potential emasculate your ability to produce. Let's bring this to a household. I told you Sunday, potent, one of the Greek words for potent is husband, which means house band. Can I tell you, many of us, many people enter into relationships with people that do not respect potential, causing us to be impotent in our ability to produce. Impotency. It is a horrible, okay, ladies, I'm going to come talk to you. Some of you married, some of you are not. I heard this said one time, and I thought it to be very, very true. If a woman would speak to the king and a king would manifest. Because every man has a pauper and a king living in him. And it's the one you talk to is the one that's going to talk back to you. Are you all in the building? Same thing with women. Every woman has a queen in her. And has something else in there too. Now, whatever you talk to is what is going to talk back to you. Come on, y'all. It's high time for us to begin to speak to the greatness in the people that are connected to us. Because when you do, potent, the word potent also means the power. Its potency is powerful. When you speak to the power in a person, you bring the power out of them. But when you speak to the pauper in the person, you cause that person to become impotent in their production in life. Number 3, as awkward as it is, many times, this should read like this, many times it requires outsiders to see your potential because they will before those who are too familiar with you. Many times God will remove you from the brothers to get you to Pharaoh's house. And you think it is a degrade, but really it's an upgrade. You think you stepping down, but really you stepping up, because God's trying to get you away from the voices that will remind you you always just one of us. That's number 4. Test, time, and trial are the strategy of God. Now, this is a long one, but I want you to write it all down. Test, time, and trial are the strategy of God to position you in a place where your potential can be recognized, realized, and maximized. Genesis 41:39, as you're writing that down, says this: Pharaoh said to Joseph, "For as much as God hath showed you all this, there is none so discreet and wise as you. You shall be over my house according to your word, shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than you." And Pharaoh said to Joseph, "See, I have set you over all the land of Egypt." And Pharaoh took his ring off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and put his vestures of fine linen on Joseph with his gold chain around his neck. Joseph set his potential free when he interpreted something in Pharaoh nobody else could see. Do you know, even in secular settings, if you start seeing stuff in people they can't see, you will liberate them as well as liberating yourself? Mistakes, setbacks, rejections, failures are all variables in the equation of your life that are necessary to bring your potential to its greatest sum. About 3 weeks ago, I was looking at what I've been through and who I've become. The Lord spoke to me in my little devotion area. Just, God don't come and sit down and talk to me like I'm talking to you, but the impression is in here. Y'all know, I don't know how God talks to you. And I kind of heard this through feeling it. Are you still that concerned about who you are? And then I heard these words: wouldn't a better question be why you are instead of who you are? So the question is not who I am, but why I am. Why I am answers the greater question than who I am. If you will ever discover why you were sent here, it will answer the question who you were born to be. I think we put who in front of why too much. Why is supreme over who. Because you were a purpose before you were a person. That is found in Jeremiah chapter 1. This is why you are going to be here. Now this is who you are. The most unproductive people are people that never understand purpose. They're frustrated. You will never understand your potential until you get a definition of your purpose. All right, number 5, and we're done. Maximized potential will always lead to a fruitful, fulfilling, and a whole life. So you must continue to ask yourself, what can I do to maximize my potential? Musicians call it stretching. Okay, so Steve is a great musician. If you put, the worst thing Steve could do is continually be in groups with people that are less than musicians, because there will be no one challenging you to do things on that keyboard that you've never done. But if you're hungry to maximize your potential or your capacity as a keyboard player, then you're going to hang out with guys like Joe Wilson and whoever else that you would look up to and say, he's better than me. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? The worst thing for you to do is to always connect. Now, don't understand, I'm not condescending to anyone who's less than you. But if you want to increase your capacity, then you must connect with capacity that's bigger than your capacity. Is that right? You have, and somebody said it like this: in order to grow up, you have to connect up.